Mark Cuban is against in-season tournament? Mark Cuban recently said that he didn't like the idea of the NBA having a tournament in the middle of the season. But why is that? And what did Cuban suggest instead in the comments in order to focus on their primary objective? Mark Stein of Substack reached out to Cuban for clarification on how the Dallas Mavericks owner thinks about the in-season tournament as the in-season cup appears to be on the horizon. So let's get into all the details. Hey everyone, welcome back to Hoops Today. In today's video, we'll discuss why Mark Cuban is against in-season tournament. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos. Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, has expressed his opposition to holding an NBA tournament during the regular season beginning in 2023 and 24, and has suggested an alternative that he believes would be a significant improvement. Cuban spoke with a reporter that he is not a fan of the league's new approach and explained that the Larry O'Brien Trophy is the only thing that drives him to succeed. Cuban expressed his disapproval by saying, in terms of in-season tournaments, he is not a fan. He is definitely not a fan. He wouldn't be surprised if the Mavericks decided not to play at all or rested some of our top players. The member of Shark Tank went on to offer what he believes would be the best solution to deal with the problem rather than the symptoms of the problem. He said, the prize is the prize, and you got to keep your eyes on the prize until they give them the Larry O'Brien. Instead, Mark Cuban wants there to be two separate tournaments. Cuban considers dividing the tournament into two seasons to be the best possible choice so that the Larry O'Brien Trophy can continue to serve as the NBA's championship trophy. If it's two different seasons and Season A and Season B both get you a trophy, then you can talk about it, Cuban said. If it's just one season, then it's not worth talking about. Because this is essentially what you want us to do. Let's break it up into two seasons and get it over with. Play two 41-game seasons with 5-game playoff series, but just breaking it up is an acknowledgement that they have a problem and they're attempting to deal with the symptoms rather than the disease. Cuban then later retracted his statements, telling Mark Stein of the New York Times that word circulating about his NBA in-season tournament views are old and that he is really open to it as a concept for the 2023 and 24 season, saying he feels it has a shot to increase interest if it is approved by the 2023-2024 season. So actually, how will this NBA in-season tournament work? Cuban initially disapproved of the play-in tournament, but later admitted that he had come around to like it. This is quite similar to how he currently feels about the in-season tournament. Through the month of November, the NBA regular season tournament will have cup games, and then in December, the top 8 teams will compete in a single elimination round. Every game would count toward the regular season, and clubs would still only play 82 total contests, with the exception of the championship series, in which the top 2 teams would each play an additional game. In December, the remaining clubs would participate in a format similar to that of the regular season. But what idea does Mark Cuban have for the NBA? Stein followed Cuban's ideas on the in-season tournament by stating that the Mavericks owner has a suggestion for the NBA. Cuban is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and on the other hand, Cuban told Stein that he likes the idea of expanding the NBA draft from its current 2 rounds to 4, with the winner of an NBA in-season cup getting the first pick in both the 3rd and 4th rounds, with the condition that picks can't be traded. The information on player rewards and incentives to compete in the in-season tournament has not yet been disclosed. However, most people believe that a cash bonus is the most rational option. It is possible that the NBA will adopt a format similar to that of the WNBA's Commissioner's Cup, in which the winning teams are awarded $500,000 and each of the players is given a bonus of $30,000. Now let's discuss some NBA rumors that are presently going on. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Dallas Mavericks have been said to be interested in making a move for an NBA finalist, according to league insiders. Both the 76ers and the Mavericks are always looking for new methods to strengthen their rosters in order to increase their chances of winning the NBA championship. And according to the most recent rumors, their missing piece might be found in the summer of 2024. Jack Simone and Keith Smith, both of whom are considered to be insiders with the Boston Celtics, claim that the Philadelphia 76ers and the Dallas Mavericks will have their sights set on free agent Jaylen Brown in the summer of 2024. Simone and Smith are both of the opinion that other teams, such as the Detroit Pistons and the Memphis Grizzlies, could also be in the running. The Dallas Mavericks should be on a constant search for a co-star to pair alongside Luka Doncic, and if they dump a deal or two by 2024, they could make space for Brown. Not only would Brown be able to take some of the scoring pressure off of Luka, but he'd also likely slot in as the team's top perimeter defender. Similar claims can be made for clubs like the Memphis Grizzlies, Detroit Pistons, and Philadelphia 76ers. It is reasonable to imagine that Ja Morant, Cade Cunningham, and Joel Embiid would all welcome the opportunity to play with Brown. Simone and Smith expressed their disagreement with this line of thinking by stating, again, however, this logic would hinge on the concept that Brown is sick of Boston, and from everything we've seen, that doesn't seem to be the case at this moment. At the moment, Jaylen Brown's in the midst of his second year of his 4-year deal that he signed in 2019 for a total of $110 million. The guard's scheduled to make more than $26 million and $28 million in total compensation for the final 2 seasons of his current contract, respectively. When Brown becomes eligible for free agency in 2024, he'll have reached the pinnacle of his abilities. There is a possibility that Jaylen Brown will wish to leave the Celtics in 2024 if the rumors are true that Kevin Durant could be interested in receiving Jaylen Brown as the centerpiece of the trade package. This comes as a result of him being the greatest player in the postseason and helping carrying them all the way to the NBA Finals this year. So what do you think? Which one of these teams do you think is the one that would be the best to get Jaylen Brown? You see him being a good fit for the Philadelphia 76ers. They do have a lot of stars on that team with Joel Embiid, James Harden there. What do you think about the Detroit Pistons? They're definitely a team on the rise, aren't they? With Cade Cunningham and all the rest on the Pistons, that's definitely a team that could use a little extra help. And how about the Memphis Grizzlies? The Grizzlies took the Golden State Warriors to the absolute limit during their second-round meeting, and even without their star Morant, the Grizzlies gave the Warriors all they could handle. A lot of people think Memphis is a team on the rise, and maybe they're the team best equipped to knock Golden State off of their perch in the Western Conference. Any of these teams would be a great fit for Jaylen Brown, and again, you can't rule out the Brooklyn Nets maybe giving in to Kevin Durant. It seems like Durant has worked out his issues with Steve Marks, Steve Nash, and all the rest of the Nets office staff, but at some point Durant might be requesting that trade again. And other than the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns, the teams that seemed like were the ones that had the best chance of getting him were maybe the Toronto Raptors and, of course, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, after all, do have Jaylen Brown as a very intriguing trade piece if they were to trade him ahead of his 2024 free agency period. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's always fun to follow. That's why we invite you to keep it locked with us on Hoops Today. Hey, I think that's just about going to do it for today's video. We sincerely hope you enjoyed our video today, and if you did, please give it a like and share it with all your friends and family and other Hoops fans who are in your inner circle. And as always, you're welcome to let us know if you have any further questions or comments for us in the comment space below. And all those questions I asked you about Jaylen Brown, well, let us know what you think in the comment space too. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you see even more of our incredible videos. And you can also watch our other videos that have been specially selected just for you. Hey, we sincerely appreciate you spending time out of your busy day with us, and if we can ask you one more favor before you go, please press on that bell icon. That way you're always notified of our latest updates and uploads when they become available. Hey, have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch up with you in the next one.